Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of Be a GM, the Buffalo Sabres Be a GM. We started the year off last video. We are through to December 1st now, and we're 11-7-5 through the first 2 months. We ran a little bit long last time, so hold on. I gotta adjust my stupid chair. There we go. We ran a little long, so we didn't get to do our assessment here. So that's what we're gonna do first. So we're gonna head over to Stat Central. Let's see how we're doing as a team. First off, in the league, we're 10th in the league with an 11-7-5 record, 27 points. So we're 4 games above 500 right now. It's nothing special. Our goals for per game, we sit 16th, so middle of the pack with a 2.83, but that's a very respectable number. Our goals against per game, 14. So again, middle of the pack, nothing special. Power play percentage, we're almost dead last in the league. We're 23rd, 15.9%. That's not enough. And penalty kill. Our penalty kill is solid, 84.7. So our power play does look like it could use some improvement. So maybe what we'll go and do is have a look at that. Also, time shorthanded. We're near the top for the number of penalties taken, too. 98 penalties for us. So if that's a pretty good penalty kill, considering the amount of penalties we've had. Let's have a look at player stats, and maybe we can reassess some of the lineup, especially on the power play. Maybe there's some moves that we can do there. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so points. We've got Martin St-Louis putting up a point per game, Matt Moulson, Eric Staal at 17, Sam Reinhart putting up 15 points so far. So is Kessler. Not impressed with Kessler's numbers. Impressed with Reinhart's for sure. His first NHL season, he's all goal, all assists. And look at Eric Staal. He's benefiting from that. He's got 12 goals. Somebody suggested we put Matt Moulson with Sam Reinhart on the second line and move Eric Staal up. That may be something worth exploring. We may end up doing that. We'll have a peek a little bit later. But the only problem is then you got Zuccarello out of his position too, right? I guess we got him already out of his position because we got him on the right side. And he's put up 14 points so far. He's doing nice balanced scoring. In terms of plus minus, yeah, Pysyk, Grigorenko, these are all guys on the third line. That third line is not doing well. Larson's only got 10 points. How many did he have last year? 46. So that's a huge drop off for Johan Larsson. And he's getting power play time. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go take a look at the lineup. I don't want to make any major tweaks because right now we're doing okay. Just little things, right? Just the little things I'd like to do. Let's see here. Reinhart and Staal and Zuccarello. That's fine. Larsson, Girgensons, and Grigorenko. Okay. So on defense, Daly and Myers. We knew about them. Power play. So I got Martin St-Louis. What's his shot like? Does he have a pretty good shot? He does have a pretty good shot. Yeah, it's about the same as Larsson. You know what? I'm going to switch Staal and this up. Eric Staal, how many points does he put up? He's got a pretty good shot, too. Zuccarello, Moulson, and Kessler. You know what? I'm going to switch this around. I'm going to put Reinhart on that second line. And Martin St-Louis. Let's do it like that. Let's see if we have any success there and see if that improves it. Because we're not looking for major changes right now. We're just looking for a couple things that we can do to improve our team on the power play. Because that was really the biggest portion where we needed to make an improvement. All right, so let's sim another month. Let's see if we can put up some wins here, a couple more wins. We didn't make any drastic changes. If we keep losing, which we did just there, that was a loss in regulation too, we will make a change with our top line. I think what we'll do is we'll roll Eric Staal, Martin St-Louis, and Ryan Kessler and see if we can't get anything going that way. And there's another loss. Yeah, you know what? If we lose to LA or Montreal here, I will stop the sim and make that adjustment. I know you guys were asking for it, but I wanted to give the lines a go like that. Yeah, I'm stopping that sim. Well, that one was an overtime, but there's finally a win. All right, but I'm going to go to coaching options. That's way too many losses in a row. So we're going to switch Moulson and Staal. All right, let's put Eric Staal on that top line with Ryan Kessler, Sam Reinhart, Zuccarello. There you go, playmaker, sniper. Then you got kind of a playmaker that's a sniper anyway with Eric Staal, right? He's kind of a sniper anyway. So let's see if we can stimulate it a little bit here. And maybe Kessler will get a few more points. Because Stahl's got 12 goals, but he's had 12 goals all month. He hasn't scored yet this month. So something's going on that second line. He's not getting the production. And there's Matt Moulson scoring, but we lose again. And in regulation again. Man, oh man. I thought we'd be there this year, for sure. I don't think it's defense. I don't think it is. Somebody said that what we should do is we should trade Eric Staal for a sniping left winger. The only problem is, you don't have that just readily available. Nobody wants to get rid of anyone like that. That is the tough part about it. You guys wanted me to do all these trades, but at the same time, we got to try and keep it realistic. I'm not going to go out there and, you know, grab a Jamie Benn, for example. I'm not going to be able to grab a Jamie Benn because they're not going to want to get rid of him. We can explore it because I think you're right. We do need to find a high-scoring first-line winger. You know, it doesn't necessarily need to be a sniper. Here, let's check this guy out. 3 weeks. Doesn't necessarily need to be a sniper, but it needs to be somebody that can put the puck in the back of the net, and right now we're not really getting that. I mean, Matt Moulson and Eric Stahl both have 12 goals. That's not enough. It's not enough. We're going to be a team that's struggling as we hit the 500 mark now. So, December was a bad month. November wasn't great, but it was definitely better. October we had a great start, but now we've just kind of petered off. So we're having some problems here closing out the 2016. Maybe we can go on a little streak here. There you go. There's a couple wins in a row. Those are the type of things we need. Is we can't lose more than one game in a row. I think that's kind of an unwritten rule that we have to put into place. And we have to, you're right, we have to find that scoring winger. Does that mean we're going to find him? Probably not. But I think it's worth looking on the market to see what's available right now. There you go. And then what we'll do is we'll change our trading block to a guy with good shooting. And I'll go with any type of winger with good shooting. Yeah, that's an embarrassing loss to the Colorado Avalanche, 7-1. All right, so Buffalo, part of it's our goaltending. Points, we've got nobody producing. We need to go out and find that winger. That left winger that can snipe, or a right winger, it doesn't really matter to me. Somebody that can score, a center even. We're at 38 points. We're only 2 points out of a playoff spot, which is amazing. But right now, we're putting ourselves in a spot where it's going to be tough to climb out of this hole. So let's go to GM options. Let's go to trade negotiations. And let's go to trade players. Let's see who's available for each team, like who they're willing to get rid of. All right. Skaters, Boschman, and Heatley. No. Arizona, nobody. It's going to be the same number. Sabrin. No. Nobody here that's going to be NHL ready. Nobody. I doubt. You know who might act? Steele. Who the hell's Steele? He's a young guy. 4.5-star playmaking center. No, it's okay. You know who might actually be there is Patrick Morrow. No, Edmonton. Florida, no. Los Angeles, no. 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 Barzal, no. Brad Richards, no thank you. Eric Brewer. The Rangers. I'm actually thinking that in San Jose we're going to find Marlowe. Oh, wow, no Marlowe. St. Louis. Tampa. Toronto. Vancouver. Daniel Sedin, but he's not worth it. Washington. Winnipeg. See, guys, there's nobody that we can go out and get right now. So what I'm going to do is instead of just going out there and finding them, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go to my trading block. I don't need a backup goalie. What I do need is a forward. Any forward. And I want 5-star shooting. All right? That is what I want. Also available wants. I do not want firsts. I do not want firsts. Where's my surplus? Currents, yeah. And I'd also like to get rid of somebody with puck skills. I would get rid of somebody with puck skills for that player. Oh, you know what? Instead of 5-star shooting, let's go 4.5. Because 4.5 is still pretty good. All right, let's update it to that. Let's see if we get any interest from anybody out there. Because sometimes they'll change it based on your requirements, what you're looking for. They'll change it to match it. And you might find some trades coming our way now that we're looking for that top sniper. But, again, it's a top sniper, right? You're going to be looking for what you'll probably end up getting offered is an old guy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Vancouver comes at us with Daniel Sedin. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a trade that, that surfaces or an option that surfaces. And it's not something I'd be willing to do, Daniel Sedin. I mean, what does he bring to the lineup that Eric Stahl doesn't, right? I mean, he doesn't. That's the problem. So, yeah, look at this. Larson for Verbata and Burrows. That's what I need to do is add depth old players for youngs. No, that's okay. I'd rather move Larson when he got too good for a winger instead of a centerman or a defenseman, pardon me. Let's take a look here. I can't remember how good everybody is here. We're not going to go by potential. We're going to go by this. OHL, 1 top 10. A bunch of first rounds, though, there. You know what? We'll scout here for a month. Find out a little bit more about these top prospects. We don't know where we're going to be picking. I memean, we are only 1 game above 500 right now. It's entirely possible that we're picking in the top 10 again. Do I want that? Absolutely not. 8-1 to Vancouver? Are you kidding me? Holy shit, I think it's safe to say that wasn't in overtime. That one comes in regulation. There's a 5-1 win against Calgary. Thank you for jumping back on it, boys. You can't be giving. That's 2 huge losses in less than a month. 1 to Colorado, 7-1, and then we thought, you know, that would be the low of the season, the worst scoreline we've had, and then we end up giving up an 8-1 loss to Vancouver, who's a struggling team. They're getting rid of all their old guys, making room for new young talent. Look at Reed Boucher, he's got 19 goals and a 7-2 win, guys. We got a little streak going here. Is it gonna last? Probably not. I think we're running on a couple things here. Matt Zuccarello has started producing. San Luis hooking him up. So Zuccarello is actually the scoring player on that line with Reinhart and Molson, if you can believe it. San Luis is gathering some, so I think that may be some power play points because he's probably feeding Stahl a little bit. Why did that go up? No, we're not going to play the All-Star game. I've got nobody that would be actually in the All-Star game. We'll probably have a review after this month. Yeah, it'll be 2 months, so we'll do a little bit more in-depth review. Verbata, you know what? I would, but Verbata's just going to displace somebody already. I mean, I would give up Zuccarello sooner for a good second-line sniper than 2/3. You know, I don't want to end up with too many players that are NHL ready, right? And then you stunt growth for young guys. I want to give them the opportunity to play. So there's a 5-4 win to the Oilers. And we've won a ton in a row, like 7 in a row now. That's a crazy streak. I don't understand this team, man. I didn't make any changes. Maybe I just needed to keep that top line together because Stahl is scoring. San Luis is ripping the assist. There's another win. And we've now reached veteran. We can upgrade our assistant coach. I don't know what that does, but we'll upgrade. We're already pretty full. I think that it's easier for you to... No. It's easier for you to level up when you're a crappy club, I think, because you make a lot of trades and... BJ Crombeen. I'm assuming probably not. No, he's too old. And Lada. 3 yellow star grinder center. No. He's 26 years or 25 years old. He's only going to get to about a 77, 78 overall. Never cracked the NHL lineup. So we finished the month 27, 18, and 6, guys. We won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games in a row is how many we won. We're on a 9-game winning streak. Now we look at this. It's not so painful anymore. We aren't up there for points. We are up there for wins. Tied for number 1. Goals, no. Assists, we are. Yeah, look at Martin St. Louis, number 6 there. Team standings, we skyrocketed up to 60 points. And that's actually good enough for 1, 2, 3, 4th in the league. Wow. That little streak right there jumped us up to 4th in the league. So let's do a review here. Let's see what's going on. 4th in the league. We've also played a few more games than some of these guys. Toronto, we played 4 more games than. 3 more games than the Islanders. Our goals for per game, we're at 290, so that has climbed a little bit. Our goals against per game, I think that's dropped a little bit. I think we were 2.84. But either way, there's a difference there, like of 0.08. So we need to be a little bit better than that. Our power play is improved a little bit. We're at 18.3 from 15. And then our penalty kill is actually up to number 1 in the league by 0.5. Islanders are the ones right behind us. And time shorthanded, we're still in the top 5. So, really, unbelievable numbers going up there. Let's take a look at the stats. Last time we had Eric Stahl near a point per game. We had Matt Molson was a point per game. Martin St. Louis was a point per game. Let's see how they're doing now. Molson, point per game. St. Louis, almost a point. This guy's unbelievable. 41 years old. You know, one of the smallest guys in the league. Put up 78 points for us last year. He's on pace for about the same this year. You know, Sam Reinhart, 47 points too. He's having a great rookie campaign, guys. He's going to win Rookie of the Year if he keeps it up. And he scored a lot too. Last time we left him was a goal and 14 assists. 2 months later, he's at 14 goals, 33 assists. So that's a huge jump for him. So that second line is much nicer. Zuccarello, he's even putting up 42 points. Last year he did 74. Eric Stahl is putting up 39 points. He's on pace for a better season this year than he's put up in a while. Kessler, 35 points. That's probably average for Kessler. We'll probably see him get a little bit high, maybe 60, 65 or so. Myers at 21 points. Again, he's a defenseman. There's not too much to add there. Larson is going much slower this year. You'll see a bit of a drop from him, I think. He's probably because he's playing on the third line as opposed to the second, because we had him on the second line the year before. Daly, he's not here to score, but he's doing pretty well. He's got 16 points. Looks like Grigorenko, only 13 points. Gergenson's only 15 points. So that third line is just not you know, conducive to creating points and creating opportunities. So we can't rely on them too much. Let's quickly look at the goalies. What are we putting up here? We got a 90 save percentage, so that's not great. I think right now we're relying a lot on keeping the shots away from the goalie and scoring a lot of goals. I think that's how we're winning our games right now. So that's something that's not necessarily going to last. You go on a 9-game winning streak, you know, it's not necessarily the best thing in the world, because it kind of inflates your numbers. You know, your team plays a certain way for a certain amount of time, and it looks much better. There's your loss. That was in overtime. It looks much better than that, you know, than it actually is. But does it mean that you can't continue to be successful? No, it's just that it's unlikely. You know, it's unlikely. For those of you, and I'm one of them, that pays attention to advanced stats and understanding why things happen. You know, there are underlying numbers that help kind of define why a team is performing the way they are. You know, like Corsi and Fenwick, like all these numbers, the Volman sledgehammer. These are the type of things that help indicate. No, what? That's not even a fair trade. Buffalo's third and Edmonton's third for Burrows. Edmonton's third for Burrows would be a fair trade there, but I don't even want Burrows. Anyway, those numbers, you know, you can read them in the video game too. So I can kind of, like I said before this month started, you know, that's not going to last. And you can see we've now gone back to playing 500 hockey. Win one, lose one, win one, lose one. So that's the type of team we are, and I get that. We played above our potential for 9 straight games, and now we're going to probably even out a little bit, which is fine, because we're at a point where we've got a nice standing. That's what good teams do. Well, great teams win all the time. Good teams win a few in a row, get themselves a nice little win streak, and then just kind of settle back for a little bit, win some, lose some. You know, you can sacrifice a couple, not because you want to, but because, you know, you've got that nice little cushion, and then you go win a couple again. You know, that's how good teams build on in their standings, and we're doing well right now, 32, 19, and 7. It's not possible for us to get to the one that I consider the epitome of an elite team is 40 wins before the deadline. If you, as a team, can get 40 wins before the NHL deadline, you're a shoo-in for the playoffs. Okay, now here's an option. Gustav Nyquist for Johan Larsson. Now, let me take a look. I don't know. Nyquist is he a sniper? You got him as a left-wing sniper, 85 overall. He doesn't bring much that Molson doesn't. You know, I don't see it. I mean, Larsson, yeah. Larsson's a good player, but he's got equally as good a shot. And he's still 24 years old, and he's got he plays a much more physical game than Nyquist. No, I'm going to say no to that trade. It's a good trade. I will give Detroit that. It's a great trade. I think if it was anybody else, I would definitely agree. If we were in a different circumstance, I would probably make that trade. But being where we are right now and progressing forward, we're actually looking to add elite talent as opposed to adding, you know, second-line talent, because we've got a ton of second-line talent. It's first-line talent we're lacking. So that's just the nature of it. There's another win. I mean, one of the things that if there is a top-line sniper that comes available, Verbata and Burrows for Larsson. I don't understand why they think that I want Verbata or Burrows at this point. Aging forwards. So a couple losses in a row to finish the month. I'm going to actually stop there. Where are we in the standings now? We're not up there for points. We're probably up there for assists, and we are. Yeah, Martin Saint-Louis moved into 4th for assists now, 48. Goals, we're not going to be up there at any point. We're at 74 points. We are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th now. We've dropped a little bit. We've dropped 1 spot, and we are potentially to drop to Philadelphia. But the cushion between us and Montreal is 9 points, so there's a nice gap there. Now, before we continue, because the trade deadline is coming up, I don't want to make any drastic changes, all right? I want to see what's available out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to trade players. I'm going to have another look, see who's on the trading block. It's probably the same players, but it changes as soon as... Oh, hold on. Calgary's getting Mason, Raymond, and Weidman. So the players have changed a little bit. So we're going to have to just pay attention a little. Detroit. So yeah, here you go. Like, Detroit wants to get rid of Zetterberg, Kronwall, Datsuk, Nyquist. The only guy in here that's actually worth trading for would be Nyquist because he's 27 years old. Tatar is 26, two-way forward. You know, he might be worth trading for a good third-line option. They got him as a second-line role, though, so I don't want to necessarily add that to the mix. But you can see the players have changed. Edmonton doesn't, because teams are starting to realize if they're buyers or sellers. but they're going to put all their veterans on there. Nobody's going to put any elite current players on there unless it'd have to be a really weird situation. Alex Chasen, he's a great power forward. We know that he's done well for us before. 3.5 yellow stars. Big dude, too. Big dude. 27 points. I mean, he'd be a good third-line option if we weren't already, you know, pretty full. Philly, LeCavalier, and Strite always there. Nobody. No. Tampa. They put Brian Boyle on the trading block, to be honest. That's an interesting acquisition. He's a great face-off guy. He'd be a good third-line option if we didn't already have Girgensons down there. Dalpe, they want to trade Dalpe and Johnson. Toronto, no. Vancouver, the Sedins. Washington. So they did add Chris Stewart, Brooks Lake. Those are the type of guys that are available right now. And Winnipeg, nobody. So you can see how there's still nothing really available. I'm going to keep the trade block the same, guys, but I just don't see any trades that I'd like to make at this juncture. I would like to add a top-line sniper, but you know what? I just don't see it happening. That's the only problem. So we'll go into the trade deadline with the current settings that we have for wants and surplus, so that we can kind of maybe produce a trade from that, okay? So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. I'll still listen to you guys on some of the opinions. Maybe we can make a move for, I don't know, a defenseman, but there weren't many defensemen available either. Nick Cronwell, but he's old, right? So that's the problem we face. Do we want to add an old guy like that? I don't think so, not at this stage. I think we've added enough. They're not worth a first-round pick to me, you know, because they got probably 1 year left, and they're not something that I want to get. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think down below. Am I doing the right thing by just going into the deadline with this, or do I make a trade for somebody that doesn't want to be traded? I don't think that's realistic, but you guys can weigh in on it, okay? So I'll leave it there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Follow me on Twitter at TargetAud18. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.